Good morning, fifth grade. This is Miss J. Today is Thursday, April 30th. To be prepared for writing class, you should have a pencil, you should have scratch paper to jot down notes, or to jot down any questions that you may have for your teachers. In today's writing class, it's our last day reviewing analysis. We know that our writing should always include the elements of an analysis to ensure that it strengthens our paragraphs and our essays when trying to prove our point. Today we're going to look at one sample with analysis and think of those elements that are included to make a strong analysis. What elements should an analysis include in order to make sure that it's super strong? Right. An analysis should explain how our evidence proves our assertion or big idea. Our analysis should connect back to the overall argument, and it should have at least two sentences. Our evidence or our analysis should also always be in our own words. Remember, analysis is the way that we prove our point to our reader, state our argument and back it up with evidence, and analyze that evidence by explaining how it connects to our point and how it proves our point. So I want you to be thinking about all of those things as you're reading the first sample. Well, our only sample. So while you're reading it, I'd like you to highlight parts of the paragraph. So you're going to highlight what the topic sentence is, your evidence, and the analysis so that we're clear on what parts of the paragraph are what, and then we'll be able to clearly discuss our analysis. So go ahead and take a minute to do that now. Welcome back. So you can see that I've highlighted my parts of my paragraph. Let's read it together. The mom's attitude changed over the course of the text. By her first being mad at her family for not cleaning up the mess in the house when she was at work. The text says, it was bad. Newspapers in an untidy heap on the table, dirty dishes everywhere, an empty milk carton standing on the counter next to spilled cereal left over from breakfast. The mom was mad because while she was working, her family was being lazy and messed up the kitchen. The job for the family was to make sure the house was tidy, but instead the house was a mess. While at work, the mom expected a tidy house. Instead, she found a messy house and her family being lazy in the living room. So we know by looking at our prompt that we're focusing on explaining how the mom's attitude changes over the course of the text and what the family does for this change. This prompt is from a text that you've already read, and this is a prompt that you've already written on. What elements of this analysis makes it strong? So by first glance, we can already see that our analysis is at least two sentences. Also, Our analysis is explaining how our evidence is proving that mom was mad at first at her family. And then the analysis goes into detail about why mom was upset with family and what their job and what their job was and what they were expected to do in order to change mom's attitude. Also, our analysis connects back to the overall argument that mom's attitude changed. So, this makes for a strong analysis. What does this analysis prove in this paragraph? Yep, that at first, mom was upset with her family for keeping an untidy house. How would the paragraph be different without the analysis? Right. Without the analysis, the paragraph wouldn't be proving the overall point that mom's attitude changed over time. It would just be stating things from the text. So the analysis shows how the evidence connects to the point by explaining the connection, which is really important for the reader. So in writing class for today, you're going to get started on your writing prompt. You're going to be reading two texts, and you need to use evidence from both passages in your essay. To make sure that your analysis is strong, making sure that you're including the three elements of analysis that we talked about today in class, which are explaining how the evidence proves the assertion or big idea. Your analysis connects back to the overall argument, and it has at least two sentences. Today's prompt, based on the article, explain how dogs are trained to be actors and how they are treated while they are working. Support your answer with important information from the article. So while you're reading both texts and thinking about how you're going to approach your essay, your main focus is to ensure that your analysis is super, super strong, adding all of the elements and things that we talked about today in writing class. Focus on connecting evidence in your own words, prove your evidence, and it should show how your evidence helps to prove your argument. Once you have finished watching this video, you're going to head over to Google Classroom, and your writing prompt is also your in your writing Google assignment. Once you've opened up your writing assignment, you're going to read both texts. Then you're going to respond to your essay, making sure that you are writing your essay with multiple paragraphs. Remember that if you have any questions, to reach out to your teachers and ask for support, making sure that you're advocating for yourself and requesting conferences if needed.